With the league's #1 defense and a trio of all-stars, can the Knicks back up their bravado? It's a new season, an opportunity to erase bad memories or recapture glorious moments past. It is a 59-degree, partly cloudy day in the New York City area, and inside, within Madison Square Garden, it is heating up for Game 1 between the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks. A long-awaited series in two of the major media centers, already bringing forth much attention to what may develop into a very testy series. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Knicks control the opening tip. Derek Harper handling against B.J. Armstrong. Now Ewing for Davis. Davis off the drive. Gilbert Davis has killed the Bulls during the regular season. Gilbert Davis, 21 of 31 from the field, just under 68% shooting. Cartwright getting position, played by Oakley. So Bill Cartwright in flashes during the regular season, and it has bothered the Knicks in the past. Ewing had to force it and hit. The shot clock down to 2. Harper off the mark. Bonner trying to keep it alive. Lands in the first row on the lap of Maury Povich. Harper with room. Yes. The Knicks lead 6-3. Pippen on a pull-up for 3. Yes! Scottie Pippen. Oakley around Grant. Nice feed for Bonner.
Unbelievable. Great step by Charles Oakley to get in the lane, draw the defense, and a nice drop off.
Harper on the run. Harper. Yes. The Knicks 10. The Bulls 6. The Knicks have hit 5 of their first 6 shots. Double team. Oakley came out, got a piece of it. Pippen tried to call for timeout, and he was tied up.
Scottie.
Now Oakley playing Pippen. Pippen going to his left to set up Grant. Yes. Grant bottled up. Good play by Bonner. Here's Davis. Grant back. Davis to the driving hook.
Has touched it 8 times, but he's only gotten up 3 shots and making 1 of them.
And at the other end, Pete Myers finished off the break to bring the Bulls within 2. We come up on 5 minutes to go. In this first quarter, Marv Albert with Matt Guokas and Ahmad Rashad from Madison Square Garden. Ewing. Patrick Ewing with his second field goal, so he is now 2 of 4 from the field. And the Knicks have a 4-point lead. Both teams remaining the same following the timeout. Armstrong with the move on Davis. Yes, and it kept. They double up now on Ewing. Pippen providing help. Here's Oakley. Charles Oakley hitting over Horace Grant. The Knicks lead 16-13.
In the last game of the season, Phil Jackson found out Luke Walton cannot play Patrick Ewing, so on the catch, look for the Bulls to come and double team immediately.
Charles Smith getting set to come on for the first time for the Knicks. Grant set up by Myers. So the Knicks now, and Pippen launches it down. Armstrong able to beat over.
Hubert Davis.
Smith with an open shot. Well, both Charles Smith and John Starks able to emerge in the series against the Nets. Starks getting set to check in. Williams came up short. Longley kept it alive. Longley getting it over to Williams. Here's Grant off the pick. Yes. And the Bulls with a 1-point lead. And Pippen banking his way and hitting. Scottie Pippen with his second field goal by Williams. Here's Grant. And the Bulls lead 23-19. Down to 5 seconds. Here's Longley.
You know, I don't want to put the whammy on them, but everything has to fall into place. We got a great coach, and I think we got a great team.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. All right, back to you, Marv.
All right, Ahmad, yes, in that game, Walt Frazier led the Knicks with 36 points and 19 assists. Chicago now with a 27-19 lead on the Knicks with a minute gone. The field in the first quarter, they hit 8 of the last 10. Kukoc for 3. Tony Kukoc from downtown, and the Bulls have opened up a 30-19 lead, and Pat Riley did not have an easy time against the Cavs, a series that ended last Tuesday as Charles Smith caught Herb Williams with a jump hook, and that is a long-range jump hook by Williams over Longley, so the Bulls now lead by 7. Paxson and Kerr at the guards. It's now Grant with Kukoc and Longley up front. Smith got picked off. Nice ball movement by the Bulls. Paxson not able to hit though. And a loose ball foul. Lead for Longley. Caught Williams. Yes, and it counts. Starks on a quick release. Yes. John Starks with his first field goal.
John Starks comes off screens as well as any player in the league right now, along with Reggie Miller and Joe Dumars. And, of course, the Knicks set terrific down screens for their shooters.
Bulls by 8. Kukoc for 3, and he hits again. That's his second from downtown. Tony Kukoc with the stroke. And against the Cleveland Cavaliers, he was not getting the playing time, as you mentioned, during the second part of the season, but has really come on. Oh, what a recovery by Herb Williams. Knicks had coughed it up, and Williams able to recapture. Bulls lead 36-27. Anthony respecting the outside shot of Kerr. And Mason with the hand check on Kukoc. Crowd wanted to travel on Kukoc. Shot clock at 2. Grant just didn't get it up. Rebounded by Longley. Here's Kerr for 3. Yes. The Bulls are hitting their three-point shot. Nice backdoor pass from Longley. Block. Mason again. Anthony Mason with the follow, and the Chicago lead is 10. In the way with 8. Derek Harper with 7. Charles Oakley only 6 points. And Patrick Ewing 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. 5 points. That's it. The Knicks during the regular season took 3 of 4 over Chicago. The Knicks with a home court advantage coming into this series. That, of course, the case last season when the Knicks opened up by winning the first 2 games and then dropped the last 4. But if the Bulls win here in game number 1, it just eradicates that home court advantage.
Well, like all teams who don't have that home court advantage, and the Bulls have made no bones about it, they want to come in and steal a game. And normally what you have to do is hang around, give yourselves a chance, don't let the crowd get involved. This crowd is starting to get a little bit antsy.
So the Bulls have shot just under 44% on the season against the Knicks with a good first half here today. And Scottie Pippen able to add to that and extends to a 12-point Chicago lead.
Well, the Bulls continue to beat the Knicks off the dribble, get into the lane, and every time they do, some kind of good shot turns up. A beautiful back cut by Pippen on that play.
Patrick Ewing immediately drawing the double team. Ewing able to hit over Cartwright. Myers dropped off, and Ewing took it right at Cartwright.
Well, the 2 main points that Pat Riley had to make at halftime was, first of all, transition defense. Let's make it, get back quickly, make the Bulls set up, and we've got to get the ball inside the pattern.
Cartwright, Grant, Pippen, up front, Myers and Armstrong in the backcourt. Cartwright is forced out. Down to 3 on the 24. Pippen, Scott. 5 on the 24. Armstrong for 3. B.J. Armstrong beating the 24-second buzzer, and the Bulls match their biggest lead of the game.
B.J. left Derek Harper The Bulls making a concerted effort to make sharper cuts, and DJ just outran Harper.
Charles Oakley with an outstanding performance. 17 points along with 5 assists. The Bulls 61 and the Knicks 47. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the third. Patrick Ewing again facing the double team. And the foul.
To get an open shot, and it hurts you on the defensive board because there are lanes open to cut there, and that's why good teams don't like to double.
3-point play by Ewing. He now has 10 for the game. The Bulls lead by 11. Armstrong working off a screen. P.J. Armstrong has hurt the Knicks. He now has 15 during the regular season. Shots have not gone down. He is way off the mark. Good double team that time by the Knicks. Here's Davis ahead of the field. The Bulls 63 and the Knicks 52.
Pippen surprised by that quick, sudden double team, and he felt he got hacked on the arm, and that's why he turned the ball over.
Armstrong feeling it. Ewing with the rebound. Starks lost it. Oh, Starks tripped up Pippen. Now, that could be a flagrant right there. Scottie Pippen was about to make his move to the front court.
Ewing coming over to double team again. Arms and hands like an intentional trip. Scottie Pippen turned. Wise play by Pippen. Just go to the free throw line. Take your
save. And Pippen backing Starks. Pippen beating Starks. Then nowhere to go. Ewing over to help. Starks for Harper. And Starks was fouled. With 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third. Oh, what a nice lead throw by Starks for Ewing.
Well, the Bulls took advantage of their free throw opportunity to extend that defense, put on some full court pressure, and the Knicks have been instructed to go at it, be aggressive, and that's exactly what Starks and Ewing did.
Bulls now lead by 13. They double up on the ball. Kukoc rejected by Mason. And it will be Nick Ball.
Full court pressure after the free throw situation. The long pass over the top and the alley-oop to Patrick Ewing.
First block
A few years ago was Xavier McDaniel, who had a lot of collisions with Pippen, and it always seemed that the Knicks were testing Pippen to see if he could take it.
That's an offensive foul. John Starks with the drive, and he's called for the foul. Will not count.
Backcourt pressure again by the Chicago Bulls, and once again the Knicks trying to run right through it. Scott Williams stepping up to the dotted line, but covering up. Crowd not happy with it. They didn't think he took it the way he should have.
What a play by Scott Williams, taking that hit for the ball club. Armstrong getting it over to Kerr. Shot clock at 5. Here's Kukoc. Rebound Ewing. Bulls lead by 13. 2:10 remaining in the third. Brown trying to get the Knicks going. Shot clock at 3. Hotline, yes. The Bulls using most of their 24 on each possession and have been hitting with consistency.
And New York forced him to use that time, but good patience on the other end by B.J. Armstrong, who didn't force anything. Tried to get the dribble penetration, which he did, and found Cartwright.
Ewing from Smith. Good pass thrown by Charles Smith while in traffic. The Bulls now lead by 12.
You can see all the awful things happen when somebody gets into the lane. The defense has to collapse, and it creates easy scores for a teammate.
Ewing jumping out to help. Shot clock is down to 3. Kukoc. Good play by Mason, cutting off Kukoc. Anthony for 3. 25 seconds remaining in the third. Three-second differential between the 24 and the game clock. Anthony finding Mason. Nick ball as we get started in the fourth quarter. Ewing, Smith, and Mason on the front line. Starks and Anthony are back. And Ewing draws
to his team all season long that we work harder than everybody, we're in better condition than everybody, and the fourth quarter belongs to us, and the crowd has even bought into it. They are expecting a big defensive run here by the Knicks. They normally have at least one great defensive quarter. The Bulls, on the other hand, have to keep their poise, keep running their offense, keep trying to get those fast-break chances.
Kerr allowed no daylight. Kukoc for three. Tony Kukoc again. The Bulls are 6 for 10 from downtown, and for Kukoc, that is his third. 9 points, all on three-pointers for Kukoc. The Bulls 76 and the Knicks 66. Strong drive by Greg Anthony.
A defensive mistake there by Kukoc as they sent Anthony to the baseline. Kukoc was supposed to get down there and cut it off. He made one step that way and then went in the other direction and left everybody all alone.
Kukoc being bodied by Mason. Mason slaps it away. He's claiming that it was last touch. He spots it up. That was a three-point attempt. Starks with the good hustle. And then Pippen able to steal. Pippen diving to the floor. Mason on the recovery. Smith for Mason. Sensational hustle by both clubs. The Knicks a little bit more aggressive, though.
And for the first time in this ballgame, in the first three quarters, it was all Bulls to the loose ball. That time they got beat.
And Longley turns it over.
You're getting the feeling, the sense of urgency now for the Knicks. They are alive, and this crowd is into the ballgame, and they have pulled to within 6. Mason wants the ball.
Bulls have led by as many as 15. Starks for three. And a foul called. Well,
And by Scottie Pippen's reaction, he felt he made no contact at all. That release. One of the big things in the fourth quarter of a game like this, or any game in the NBA, you don't want to get in the penalty. Free throw shooting is going to be crucial down the stretch of this ballgame.
the Bulls have 3 team fouls. The Knicks only one with 8:47 remaining in the fourth. You saw Tony Kukoc take a seat. Pete Myers has checked in. The Bulls have led by as many as 15. It is now down to a 4-point Chicago lead. A loud chant of defense. Now Mason guarding Pippen and providing problems. Shot clock at 7. Myers gives it to Longley. Rebounded by Ewing. Anthony sets it up. They double up on Ewing. Ewing. And a foul is called. It's on Longley. Foul. But the Bulls with their 4th team foul.
Did they think he was going to pass it?
Yes. 4 minutes gone by in the fourth. Ewing draws a triple team. Smith from deep. Yes. So the Knicks are within 2. And a timeout called by Chicago. The Knicks with a 22-9 run to cut into that 15-point lead. Charles Smith drills the jump shot, bringing the Knicks within 2.
Get out of the old, get into the cold. By MCI, the company that brings you proof positive. And by Jeep and Eagle, official vehicles of the NBA.
They are going wild here at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks in the midst of a major run. They trailed by as many as 15, and they've cut the lead down to 2. The Chicago Bulls struggling here in the second half after the good shooting first half. Good play by Ewing, knocking it away from Longley. And a foul called. Mason got entangled. Longley on the back tap. Grant rejected by Smith. And Anthony able to turn it away. Starks, played by Paxson. Ewing from Starks. Starks wanted the screen. Now Starks with the step sets up Ewing. And a traveling violation is called. Bulls wanted a foul. They wanted a foul on Ewing. Scotty strong for Longley. Grant, it counts as the foul.
They are really succumbing to the New York pressure right now.
Grant only a 59% free throw shooter. Able to complete the three-point play. Ours with 11. The Bulls 79 and the Knicks 74. 6.5 remaining. In the fourth, Marv Albert, Matt Gukas, and Ahmad Rashad from Madison Square Garden in New York. Double team on Ewing. Starks. Yes. And it counts. A foul committed by Paxson.
Well, the double team is coming every time Patrick Ewing touches it, either along the lane, and in this case, 2 or 3 steps outside. He gets the ball outside to Starks, who makes the dribble move, and just a little touch foul by John Paxson, who argued on the play, but Ewing doing a good job of getting the ball out as soon as that double team comes, and it is getting the Knicks some good looks at the basket.
John Starks, 9 for 9 from the line. He has 15 points. And again, the Knicks within 2. Anthony got picked off. Brown wanted a foul. Armstrong not able to hit. Rebound handled by Ewing.
Frank Anthony got blindsided. No way a teammate could holler out and let him know it was there. This building is definite.
The Bulls lead 79-77. Mason double teamed. Ed Middleton with the call, the foul against the Bulls. Chicago over the limit. Pippen.
Discussion about what's going wrong. I think it was in a positive light, but it was a little bit stronger than.
Bulls had a 15-point lead early third, and the Knicks have come from behind to tie the game. 79. The last time they led, it was 18-17. 5:40 remaining in the fourth. Grant played by Smith. Shot clock at 4. Pippen trying to go glass. Rebound Pippen. And he will regroup. And again Pippen backing his way on Starks. Smith came over to help. The ball was deflected out by the Knicks.
Well, Smith and Ewing were both.
Shot clock at 10. Grant. Horace Grant with another big bucket. Now Pippen posting up Starks. Pippen. Scottie Pippen with his first field goal since 2:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Now Pippen guarded by Mason. Ewing stepping out on a switch. Pippen. And he has been off in the second half. Anthony Starks at the guard. Ewing, Oakley, Mason up front for the Knicks. Starks for 3. Get a good look, not able to hit. Oakley is inside. He hits, and the foul.
Well, this is what the Bulls were afraid of. The shooting from defense of the New York Knicks as Mason, Oakley, and Ewing have been hammering that glass, and the Bulls cannot keep them off the board.
Foul called on Longley. Timeout is taken. 2:11 to go in the fourth quarter. When we come back, Charles Oakley will go to the line, hoping to tie the game. Round by sweeping the Cleveland Cavaliers, although they did not have an easy time. And Charles Oakley completes a three-point play. He's tied the game at 84. We come up on 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The last time the Knicks led, it was 18-17. The Bulls have led by as many as 15. Here is Pippen. He has been off in the second half. Oakley with the rebound.
Well, the thing that broke the continuity on that play, Horace Grant putting it along on the deck for no reason at all, and it forced Pippen to get a bounce out. I'm surprised they did not go inside to Pippen.
Pippen 3 of 12 from the field in the second half after the outstanding first half. Starks for three. Rebound handled by Mason, but a loose ball foul has been called. Now both teams are over the limit.
The fact he's 3 for 12, I still think the Bulls have to go inside to him because he...
Scottie Pippen with the words "for Pete" on his sneakers. And Scottie has done it at the foul line. He's 9 of 10. He has 24 points in all. The Bulls, not a good free throw shooting team during the regular season, have been superb here tonight. 18 for 20 from the line. And Chicago leads by 2. Minute 25 remaining on the fourth. Ewing getting inside. And he's tied the game at 86. 18 for Patrick Ewing, who has been held in check.
Coming out of the double team, patience, reestablished good inside position. One of the best offensive sequences by New York today.
Ewing again jumping out on Pippen. Shot clock at 6. Longley trying to set the screen. Pippen with nowhere to go. Shot clock down to 1. Pippen fires. Starks with the rebound. Starks for Mason. The Knicks have taken the lead. 88-86. Chicago wants to talk it over.
Well, John Starks had a fast break opportunity, turned away, but the Bulls...
Well, tonight after we Gina Davis, that's coming up tonight following the Knicks and the Bulls. 2-point lead for the Knicks. 35 seconds remaining in the fourth. Armstrong forced it up.
He forced it out, but the Bulls were looking for a 2-for-1 situation. There's a difference on the shot clock by about 7 seconds. So even though it was a force, Phil Jackson instructed his team to look for a 2-for-1.
Knicks have 3 timeouts left. Chicago 1 and a 20. Knicks in no hurry. Now 5 on the shot clock. Anthony pumps from 3-point land. Air ball. And Chicago claiming that it should be their possession.
And the Knicks are claiming that it grazed the rim, which would have started a new shot clock, and the ball taken by Anthony Mason, and they win the argument.
8 and 2/10 seconds remaining. The Bulls must foul. Although they're over the limit, Kerr gives the foul. Starks is the man the Knicks would prefer going to the line. He's 9 for 9 from the line. 5 and 3/10 seconds remaining. Ball must hit the poor first half. Starks hitting on both, and the Bulls take a timeout. It's a 4-point Knick lead with 5 and 3/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Another look at it, and it appeared that it did, as we see it from that angle. No question it hit the rim. Starks doing it at the foul line, for the most part, has 17. Scottie Pippen leading Chicago with 24, but he has been silent in the second half. 1 for his last 12 from the field.
And what so many teams fear when they come into Madison Square Garden, that killer defensive quarter, and it has come in quarter number 4 as New York has outscored Chicago 28-15.
Pippen will throw in from the midcourt area. The Knicks do not want a foul. Pippen's cross-court pass is handled by Kukoc, but he threw it away, and that will do it. The New York Knicks have defeated the Chicago Bulls 90-86 in Game 1 of this best of 7. For Matt Kukoc and Ahmad Rashad, I'm Marv Albert. This
okay, you know, you have to shut him down in order to shut Chicago Bulls down. I think if you can control him and make him do a little bit more than he wants to do, then you pretty much have Chicago Bulls at your mercy.
I had it bad today in traffic. I got a ticket, but the Bulls had it worse. Midtown traffic, there was a funeral procession and they got stuck.
New York Knicks is gonna whip your ass! They're going down! Going down! Good job. What do you think about this guy's heart? New York.
St. Pat's was filled. They had a fireman die in the city, and those things happen in some.
25 times in the last 3 years, 26, 27 times in the last 3 years.
Madison Square Garden, the New York Knicks being introduced, and just moments ago, Patrick Ewing got the ovation from the 19,000 here at the Garden. In his 12 seasons, every team he has coached has had 50-plus wins, and he has been in first place in all 12 seasons. That's a remarkable record. And our Cartwright on Ewing. He gives Patrick some trouble. Ewing gets inside. That's no trouble.
Now that was a prime-time stuff.
Pressure immediately on Pippen by Bonner from behind. Lead it by one. We've played about a minute and a half of the first quarter.
Knowing that Oakley is an excellent perimeter shooter, for the Knicks, he is their highest percentage player from 15 to 20 feet. Launching the jump shot. So you must honor that. Force him to dribble the basketball.
Saw Cartwright triggering the offense from way above the three-point arc tonight. Myers, one-on-one against Davis, puts it up.
In the backcourt with the defender who's playing the man who inbounds the ball.
Bonner has to give it up. Harper lets it fly. Doesn't go. Bonner, good position for the rebound, the putback.
Season. Here's the trap again now, the 1-2-1-1.
This time Davis goes right around it. Leaves Oakley open for the easy 17-footer, and Charles Oakley now has 4. Quickly, Pippen back for the three. Scottie Pippen, 32% during the regular season. They
will not launch a perimeter shot.
Ewing from deep. Patrick Ewing, nothing but net. Ewing with 4. We're tied at 14. That's going nowhere but in the stand.
That's a terrific move by Scottie. Scottie takes it strong, but once again, transition defense. See, the Knicks are schooled defensively. Patrick back, even though...
Pippen, his second three of the night, and he cans it.
I'm not saying that Scottie should take all threes, Ron, but they are getting the ball to him, and he is wide in one situation.
Oakley with the offensive rebound. Harper, that's a 2. It was not a 3. He had his foot on the line. He didn't like it, but it was the correct call.
In this series, all the front court people push in the lower back. That's how Oakley got that rebound at the other end of the floor.
Pippen's 3 won't go. He came into this game struggling from the arc, only 2 of 14. Harper all the way. Counts the basket. We have a whistle.
You cannot go to sleep on Derek Harper. He proved it in the New Jersey series, and he proved it in Game 1. Because the Bulls are in their second unit outside of Pippen. The Knicks have only made 2 moves, Charles Smith and Starks, but let's face it, they join Oakley, Ewing
on the right side. Grant to turn around over Oakley. Oh, big time rebound by Patrick. Nice pass inside, blocked by Ewing. They're going to whistle him for the foul.
Great hustle by Patrick. Oakley was not back yet. That pass went right down inside to Grant, and you're going to see this a good look by English. Now watch what happens. Patrick is running down the floor. Now he catches him right on the back. Now, seriously, Ron, that was close. 1-1.
There he is. Pippen stops, pops, and drops. That was pretty. Having a shot on the game clock. Inside, count the basket.
Now that was a bad gamble. Taking a medical prescription, and it causes him stomach problems.
Mason makes the two, but should give Herb Williams one for setting the screen, so Mason had the open shot. Cutting the lead down to 4.
Once again, both teams are murder on the offensive board during this first quarter.
In game 1, Bulls led by 6 at the end of 1.
Look how far out they pushed this offense.
Smith, Kukoc rejected. Starks might have a good look at it. Lets it go at the buzzer. Oh, off the right side. Won't count. We have played 12 minutes. It is exactly what we had expected. A war between Smith on Williams. The big jump step inside the paint.
Since he has come back in 5 playoff games,
Kukoc, a member of the all-rookie second team, has it rejected. You talked about his shot blocking ability in Indiana. Being guarded by Kukoc. Ewing left open from 16, nothing but net.
To me, Mason must prove that he can foul trouble as much as he can off the dribble.
Kukoc, great body.
Here you go, 2-on-1.
Chicago with the big slam by Scottie Pippen. They have to score points off their defense to be successful.
We've almost played 16 minutes of action. Chicago must look for the outlet. It's there.
John Starks buries the 3.
Well, that's what happened with Pippen in the backcourt. He double-teamed away from Starks, and he allowed him to open up for that 3.
Only 3 of 16 coming into tonight from the arc. Now Kukoc being guarded by... Working around the perimeter. Inside, Armstrong sees the seam, and he takes advantage of it.
Take care of Kukoc. Kukoc has Starks on him in his pivot.
B.J. Armstrong, for the second time in a row, finds the small opening. Standing right at the 15-foot mark. Starks trips B.J. Armstrong. Then he pretends like he's going to kick him. On the call is.
Now that was a trip. There's no doubt about it. It was a trip, but it was not a flagrant trip. Okay? That was just they were going
to game 3 versus New Jersey. Ewing down low, Cartwright on him. Grant showed the double. Blackman for 3, and he buries it.
Isn't it amazing? The old pro comes in. He's only played in 1 playoff game previous to this. He's only attempted 1 3 in that game, and he drains it.
That's his first points of the 94 playoffs. Pat Riley told us last week, though, he can sit him for 2 weeks. He'll come in and score. John Starks just heading to the locker room just a couple of minutes ago. We'll try to get 3 left in the second.
The Knicks, there's no smoothness to their offense. They just cannot get into sync. Even when they're going down inside, any kickoff resulting in no perimeter score.
Mason to Oakley with the finger roll. And there's no emotion in the Knicks. They play with a great deal of emotion. They feed off this crowd. It isn't there.
Well, the crowd right now sitting on their hands, basically. This is the first time that they're starting to get in it with the defensive kid. There was a heavy move. That was a great ball fake. And the Chicago bench, everyone giving Harper some static. Now you can see it. It's unfortunate for Harper because it happened right in front of the Chicago bench. Now keep an eye on this now. This could get out of hand.
Well, Derek Harper immediately went to apologize. He went down to B.J. Armstrong, and of course everybody got in. It looks like a baseball fight. Everybody just getting in each other's face. Joe Forte right in the middle of it.
I think that when we give you the replay, you will see that it is a great head fake by B.J. Armstrong.
I didn't try to do that.
And any time
to convert those, not able to. Bulls by 8.
We've been trying to bring that point out. That's there.
Harper with the left hand all the way to the hole.
BJ's got to do a better job on him off the dribble. You've got to say to yourself, I have to concentrate on you.
John Paxson looking for his first point. Can't get it, the air ball. Blackman streaking down the right side. Mason leads the break.
Well, it's nice that he dribbled between his legs in that, but he missed Blackman.
Blackman
in 2 areas where he was wide open.
Big pick by Ewing. He doesn't roll. Instead, he takes the three. Buries it. Oh, Patrick Ewing, 29% during the regular season. His first three of the playoffs.
During the year, he was 4 for 14.
He's 4 of 4 tonight. Now the crowd is here.
Once again, you leave Ewing open. I know he does not take many, but he's 1 for 1 tonight, Ron.
That's all that counts. 4 for 4 for the game.
Now, we wanted to bring out that point to you about the foul line. Chicago, 15 for 18 in this first half on the line. They've made their last 10 in a row. Why that is big? Because they were 24th during the course of the season.
Armstrong has everybody in red. Defer the easy two.
In this game, Chicago must understand when they go in at halftime that the fast break is there. It can be a major point for you in this ballgame.
If the Bulls are to win, they have to connect on the fast break points. 12-2 now. Inside the basket goes. Grant lets it fly. Rattles it home over Oakley. Grant with 10 in the ball game. The lead back to 4.
I'm impressed with Grant. He wanted that ball. He called for it, and there was absolutely no hesitation.
And we had 13 in game number 1. Oakley from the outside, winning the offensive rebound and the putback.
Luke Longley did not even contest that shot. You cannot allow Patrick to take that shot. You've got to get up there. You're 7'2". Get your arms up. Force him to shoot over the top.
Ewing now doubling Armstrong with Harper, then he backs off. Pippen gets a step. Oakley takes the charge.
That's the man. The Oak man.
Dog pound written on the side. A fake short on the 15. Great save by Oakley. Mason lets it go in and out at the buzzer, and that's the way the first half will end. A great effort play by Charles Oakley.
Oh, nice backdoor.
Pippen with the slam.
That was beautiful. That was a nice change of direction by Scottie Pippen and a good ball fake by B.J. Armstrong.
Lead back to 7. Harper, 8 first half points. Ewing slashes across the paint. Bonner left open with the 2.
Ewing got numbers again.
Inside. This is the vaunted New York defense. Grant puts it up, but he quiets them.
That's the way to quiet them. You're right, Ron. But how about the penetration by Pippen?
Oakley, the rebound. Good look inside. Mason. 5 on the shot clock. Grant lets it fly. Doesn't get it. Ewing the rebound. He has 7 for the ball game.
Remember, once again, anytime you launch all of these long jump shots, the rebound will be out past the foul line. Guards must rebound.
Mason just muscling his way in on Kukoc. Tony Kukoc didn't have a prayer.
Well, he did that in game 1. He's too strong for Kukoc. And that's why Kukoc cannot allow him to catch the ball in the low post.
Mason intense on defense. Chicago not getting into their offense. 8 on the shot clock. Armstrong. Kerr with 3 on the shot clock. The 3 won't go. Chicago launched 13 threes in game 1. That's a tribute to New York's defense.
Oh, the Knicks defense definitely picking up.
Davis draws the whistle and the foul. Wasn't there. Longley to Grant. Everybody looks afraid to take the shot except for Horace Grant.
Well, that's why you must look.
Bulls by 3, 63-60 as John F. Kennedy Jr. fills up with all the basic food groups. Anthony Benedetto, better known as Tony Bennett, one of my heroes. Also in the crowd tonight, Brooke Shields and Superman from the TV show. Andre Agassi obviously could not make it this evening. LT, he can whip Superman, no problem. Woody couldn't whip anybody. John McEnroe with the stylish brim. Whistle, Longley walked with it.
You cannot feed the post on a lob pass from out above the foul line when you have another offensive player on the Because when you throw the lob, that defender just comes over and forces the guy back.
Can you feel the momentum starting to build now?
Definitely, Ron. People sense it here.
Shot clock inside of 10. Davis, baseline, the stop sign comes up. Mason with 5 on the shot clock. Rolls it around at home.
Oh, did they get a lucky roll there? But once again, Kukoc overextending. They really don't need him to double team because he continues to allow Mason to play by himself.
Our first tie since 19 all. Longley has it knocked away. Grant with the jumper. A timely jump shot by Horace Grant.
In this quarter, Horace has bailed them out on 3 occasions with a timely jump shot when the offense has produced nothing.
Oh! Hubert Davis's first field goal of the ball game. We are tied again at 67. To Grant. Curve met by Davis out front. Shot clock at 10. Oakland. Grant gets a step on him and takes advantage of it.
Yeah, that's Horace's 4th field goal in this quarter. He's 4 for 5. The rest of the Bulls 1 for 5.
For the 3rd time, Derek Harper all. Kukoc on top, working one-on-one with Smith. 3-time European Player of the Year. Inside, what a move, Tony Kukoc. And then they throw it away.
Another
Kerr at the buzzer. It won't go. 36 minutes have been played. A big quarter for Horace
Crossed and blocked that.
Game 1 with 5 minutes left in the 4th. Double team, Ewing and Pippen. Ewing goes down. Shot clock at 2. Williams short. I think Anthony may have got a piece of it. Starks spotting up for the 3. Anthony taking his time. Here's Starks. The trigger's pulled.
JoJo English did a no-no. He left the big man. He left his man to go to a big man and allowed his man to open up for a 3.
Starks has 6 points, both of them on 3s. The first Knick lead since it was 10-9. Pippen looking for the double. It doesn't come. Here comes Ewing. Shot is short.
Now this is what they did in Game 4. Pippen posted up 9 times and only had 3 scores.
Starks for 3. Buries it again. Holy cow.
He's murdered. He's got the courage.
And the way the Bulls have shot free throws, only missing 2 so far this evening. You don't want to put them at the line.
See, they continue to front the post guys and nothing happens.
Shot clock at 10. Kukoc around Ewing, loses the hand on Ewing. To Starks. Here it comes. And a foul is called. Pippen doesn't like it. He better be careful. There's the technical.
Wow. Not only the dunk, the foul on the dunk, and now a technical on Scottie Pippen. That was his 5th foul.
Rattled, it falls apart.
Now right there you saw Starks is the one who knocked that away. Now as he comes in here to go for the dunk, oh, there you have Pippen knocked.
The lead is 8. We have just over 8 left in the ball game. Knicks lead the series 1-0. Game 3 Friday in Chicago.
Oh, the Knicks continue to do a great job fronting. There it is right there. See, that's
Pippen getting frustrated. Mason running the court. Couldn't fit.
And they have 3 turnovers. So 7 times down the floor, 0 points.
The Knicks believe because of their conditioning that the 4th quarter is always there. Here comes Mason, a little behind the back twice. Kukoc stays with him.
In the first quarter, we said that Chicago must be able to score against the Knicks, fronting the post-up guy in a triangle and then trapping the screen and roll. They've got away from the screen and roll. But they must do something about the fronting of the post guy.
Let's see if they do it down this trip. Longley over to Grant. Starks now picking up Pippen. Armstrong gets a step. Anthony may have got a hand on it, but B.J. Armstrong breaks the drought.
That was created by the talents, the athletic talents of Armstrong.
Over 5 minutes and 20 seconds without a field goal in the fourth, and Anthony whistles for the offensive foul. That is his second.
That was an excellent call. Scottie Pippen definitely beat Anthony to the spot, took the charge right in the chest.
Fast break points, you need Chicago big in the first half, not in the second. Bulls trail it by 6, 5:45 left in the game. Armstrong for 3, he buries it. He was number 2 in the NBA in that department this year. Led him last year, hits his first 3 of the ball game. The lead is 3. 7, Pippen on Anthony. Ewing with 3 on the shot clock, lets this prayer go, and it's answered.
How about that, Ron? That was a dagger because they had him double teamed. He brought down raindrops with that shot.
8-time All-Star drops it through. His 6th point of the half, 20 for the game. Longley from about 10, goes about 7. Kukoc, the reverse.
Damage. And also, they cannot do any damage on the offensive boards because they're too far out.
Wholesale changes for both teams. Harper's joined by Mason, Ewing, Oakley, and Starks. Ewing from 17, nothing but net. 22 for Ewing. Cartwright trips. Ewing gets a step on him. Inside. Counter. Charles Oakley.
This is a test, Ron. Let's see if the Bulls can crank it up defensively now.
Ewing, Cartwright on him. Shot clock at 10, still a lot of time. Good look inside. Mason can't get it. The return, Mason, counted.
Once again, Kukoc went for the double team. Patrick gets to the free 2 guys, Bonner and Mason. The shot goes up, but what happens? Bonner keeps it alive, and then Mason muscles his way.
Kukoc, Starks picks him up. Mason now picking up Pippen. He tries to go baseline. The foul, that will be on Mason. There's only 5 by the Knicks. 2:42 left. Pippen for 3. Starks a nice job boxing out. Billy Oakes blows the whistle. Loose ball foul. That is going to be on Scottie Pippen. He is through for the evening.
Now that's a tough play. Push right in the back of Starks for your 6th.
Scottie Pippen only 5 of 15 from the floor tonight. That follows up the effort in game 1 where he was 7 of 19, so he is struggling against this Knick defense. Point Knick lead inside of 2.5. Mason with the steal. Hold the rim, baby. A monster game for Anthony Mason. Phil Jackson has to call a timeout. Ewing gets them both. The lead is 8. Grant for 3. Banks home a 3. Horace Grant banking home the 3. But that is all she wrote. This one's in the book. The Knicks lead the best-of-7 series 2-0. They win at the final score, 96-91. Just a reminder, once again, our final score, the Knicks win it 96-91 for Hubie Brown and our entire crew. They'll need a little bit of it tonight. They trail the Knicks in the best-of-7 series, 2 games. Hubert Davis, no place to go. Bonner with the save into the stand.
Oh, my. Great hustle by Myers first, and then by the Knicks.
Myers draws the whistle.
That's it.
Shot clock at 6. Shot clock at 2. Pippen's going to have to launch one from 25, and he buries it.
And he's left him short.
Myers from 3. That hits nothing but air, but Grant is there to clean it up.
That's the man. That's the man who can change the series. They need him crashing the offensive glass. because he's a real warrior. And when you take him away from the basket as a decoy, you're just hurting the team.
7-0 run by the Bulls. But the Knicks will not panic. Davis inside. You called it. He's more aggressive tonight, taking it to the hole.
Well, you like to see that. And one thing you saw right there, Scottie Pippen allowed him to lay that up without even challenging. I know that Scottie is conscious. He fouled out of the one game and had 5 in game 1.
Crowd wanting a foul as B.J. Armstrong went through a pick. He slices around the backside. Shot clock at 4. Grant.
For some reason, it's much easier to shoot A, at home, and B, in front of a full crowd that are cheering their lungs out right now.
And I tell you, those are the closest shots they've gotten in the first 3 games. Inside, Bonner this time make
pressure and push you out a little further.
There's the lob over the post. And
what that does is A, it takes time off the clock and eliminates crisp passing.
Myers slashing inside, an offensive foul.
That's moving, and he had him on his shoulder to begin with.
Inside the driving layup. And we have some more pushing and shoving as
created the situation by bumping at the other end with Hubert Davis. Now Pat Riley smartly takes out Hubert Davis and brings in John Starks.
Well, John Starks, you're replacing a little bit of emotion with a volcano. That may be a great coaching move.
There it is.
There it is again. Cartwright is going to be hammered, and the Bulls have to pay for taking it in. He is quite the gentleman and the ultimate professional. Smith, no, they're going to call it. Fouls have already been called. Kerr gets away with a bad pass, and Grant capitalizes on it. But you touched on a good point, Hubie. The press here has been unmerciful on Tony Kukoc and Scottie Pippen. Very unfair on Tony Kukoc, saying that he's a phony, as one writer wrote it today.
There's a nice screen for Starks.
Don't leave Oakley open. He will take that shot.
Well, anytime Starks comes off and you can hit him, he can make something happen on the other side of the floor because you can count on the defenses coming into the lane to help out.
The back door is there, but he doesn't grab it. Starks lost the ball.
Got to look now.
Pippen from the arc.
He feels it.
Pushing Cartwright. Cartwright gets a step on him and has the easy 2.
You cannot continue to front if they empty out that backside because once Cartwright makes the catch, there is no defender to help him.
Harper from the outside. Big-time slam.
Whoa.
Charles Oakley. My goodness.
You want the Oak man to come over here and lay one on you or what?
No, sir. I got everybody in East Cleveland mad at me already at Oakley's Wash House. Mason leaning on Kukoc. Cartwright. He has the hot hand tonight.
Not only that, but that was a great pass. And Porter Ware keep pushing the ball, Ron, and to try to take advantage of the mismatches like right here. See, that force, by posting up Stark, that force starts
all defensive first team, Scottie Pippen. Anthony for 3, Greg Anthony.
Well, he's been doing it, Ron. He's now 2 for 5 in the three-point shooting, but at the end of the year, in the last 2 months, he really started to come on shooting a high percentage.
In the last 3 years, the Bulls have only gone to the limit in a playoff series once. That was against the Knicks in '92. Shot clock at 4. Pippen can't get it. The tip won't go.
Now, Cartwright kept that alive twice. He and Ewing are really after one another.
Starks wastes no time, and he drops the rainbow through. Oh, I love it.
John Starks in this series is now 4 for 14 in threes.
The shot at the buzzer by Anthony. Mason working on Kukoc, steps back, the trigger's pulled.
People are on Kukoc, the media guys are also. In 3 less minutes than during the season, he's averaging the same amount of points, 10, the same amount of rebounds, and the same amount of assists. And he's a double teamer. His man is the free man when he double teams.
Starks takes advantage of Steve Kerr guarding him. Whistle the
must execute.
The Knicks are within 3. Kukoc, the big dump off to Williams. That is what Tony Kukoc does best.
He has beaten his man tonight off the dribble every time, and the line, the same points, same rebounds, and same assists.
From the outside, Charles Smith drains his first field goal as Herb Williams comes in, giving Patrick Ewing a rest. There have been starters. Their leader, Starks, takes a big hit.
John Starks is open on every down screen on either side of the lane.
They are the left hand almost pulled the rabbit out. He's underneath, and he is going to be hammered hard by Anthony.
That was a hard foul. Over the back. I mean, he really got blocked. The dribble.
A lot of pushing and shoving underneath. Dick Bavetta blows the whistle.
And 7 by the Bulls. That's the difference. Look at this.
Showtime.
I'm glad that Anthony did not challenge Pippen that time, because that would have been a big-time collision.
Scottie Pippen already with 10 in the ball game. The lead is also 10. We have got some hard fouls. Jojo English says
right now, this is the first time that they have shown a 1-2-1-1 press. Now they get the trap. Now let's see. The Knicks are determined to attack. So you like to see that. Anytime that you have numbers, well, they're running Starks on Pippen. So Starks is running a small forward.
Weddington, another rebound. Pippen, the fake. Oh my! What a ball fake by Scottie Pippen. Harper will have numbers if he hurries. To Ewing. That is the hardest foul Chicago has committed.
Anthony Mason and now Starks.
And Patrick Ewing, the first real strong move to the hole for Ewing. And Cartwright back into the lineup. Weddington leaves 3 points and 3 rebounds. Pippen dishes it off. It's going to be an offensive foul.
Good call. Patrick Ewing.
11. Oakley with position on Grant. Grant has to commit the foul. That is his second. And now we've got a play with Harper and English.
Look out.
Look out. Go into the stand right in front.
Oh my. Look out.
We've got everybody. We've got punches thrown. Ewing, Cartwright. It's right in front of us. And now Jackson's into it.
Wow.
Johnny Bach is into it. Oh, this is ugly. Right in front of the commissioner. Right in front of the commissioner of the NBA, David Stern. And now they're keeping going. Now Riley grabs Harper and is yelling at him.
Yes, he is. Yeah, Harper. Now right behind us here we have Starks down.
And the security staff is pushing John Starks. Unbelievable.
Hey, what are they doing here?
The security staff, unbelievable, pushing John Starks. I don't believe that the security staff was doing that to John Starks. Well, Chuck Gardner, our stat man, got into it. He was buried amongst the crowd.
Now, all that happened in the backcourt. It was between Harper and English. That's where it all started. As it passed over half court, then naturally we had a number of players. This is going to be very, very difficult for these people to, especially the referees right now, to kind of sort this out. Mainly because every player from both teams was in the action. Here's the commissioner.
Then the security staff came over and started pushing John Starks. And Starks didn't let that happen for too long.
At the three-point line. Now here it is here. English and Harper are ups. There it is. Now Harper goes right after him, and as he brings him over here and throws him on the floor, you can see what happens. It empties right over the top of the fans in rows 1 and 2. Now in the middle, they're pulling Williams out. There's Starks. The Bulls are pulling Starks off the top. Unfortunately here, you're into the middle of the fans in row 2. That is right below the commissioner, who is sitting in the third row here. But it all happened between English and Harper. Now, from what we were seeing, you could see that both guys pushed at the exact same time. And then Harper went after English, whatever English said. And you can see the continuation here right now. English once again is jawing, and everybody is trying to be calm in this situation. But there's a lot of hard feelings here.
And Pat Riley
Here it is
dove in
right
the
now, coming right into the stands. And you can see Williams went right on top of that pile. Then it just becomes a full melee. Williams right there, Jackson pulls Starks out, but they get knocked into the crowd. Then on top of all of this, right where the camera is, nothing is happening now, but everything is behind it. Now as the people are clearing, that's us right there, is one security guy took it upon himself, the guy right there to the right of your screen, to jostle Starks. Now for whatever reason,
that is his second. But JoJo English is gone, Derek Harper is gone.
Now whatever was said by JoJo English to Harper or vice versa. Now right now the Knicks come with Greg Anthony. Anthony is going to go with B.J. Armstrong, and then up front they have Cartwright, Pippen, and Gray. Pat Riley was right in the
Pops, so halfway down, Ewing puts it back. This for three, doesn't get it. Starks takes it away from Armstrong.
Bad pass, he looked right at the defender.
The shot, oh, it goes! Roll the tape! Oh, Ernie Johnson, look at that! That's the way they do it in Stillwater.
What a wild, over-the-head shot by Starks. He knew he was fouled. He just tossed it up, and then he gets the bounce. Keep an eye. See, bad pass. Grant looked right at Starks and still made the pass. Now watch this shot. Look at this. He just throws it over his head and gets the bounce.
So Friday the 13th proves lucky as Horace Grant has to sit down with three on Davis. Armstrong.
Yes. Anytime they're in transition, Steve Kerr.
Slam by Weddington won't go. Rejection by Ewing. Starks at the buzzer doesn't get it, but what a wild 24 minutes. We've had technicals, we've had ejections, we've had a fight, we've had some pretty good basketball in between. 14 points for Pippen, shooting 50%. And as he hit to the locker room, the Bulls lead it by 11. Ernie Johnson and Dick Versace are next. Inside, Pippen picks up where he left off. 16 for Pippen.
Well, we told you, he was only shooting 35%. He had 4 turnovers.
There you see Chicago's woes in the second half. Myers sneaks away from the blue jerseys. Nice pass inside. Horace Grant.
You love to see that. You love to see guys keep their heads in traffic.
Grant 6 of 9. He has 12 for the ball game. Oakley from 18. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
See, that play is there for the Knicks all night. Whether it's Hubert Davis or Starks, they curl into the middle. They're wide open. For once, you'd just like to see Chicago shoot the gap and force the guy to finish.
Horace Grant shooting 70% from the floor tonight, 52% during the regular season.
They're going to rue the day that they did not sign him in December.
You know, and filing the tampering charges, those close to Horace said that has alienated him even farther, and they don't think there's any way he would re-sign with the Bulls after that little charge was put out. Ewing with the archer.
One of the few times tonight that Patrick has actually gone to that pet move of his. He's now 5 for 8 in this ball game.
He's hit his last 4 shots. B.J. Armstrong, the bank is open.
One of the best in the NBA. Coming off at bad angles and banking in that 10 to 15-foot jump shot.
The Bulls haven't missed a shot in the third quarter, and they lead it by 15. Anthony's going to try a 3, and he rolls it around. Greg Anthony, his second from the arc this evening.
2 for 4 in threes tonight. And we told you, he ended the season with confidence on that perimeter shot.
It was the rap on Greg Anthony coming out of UNLV, but he said he came into this league to play defense. Ewing lets Cartwright get away.
Cartwright screened for B.J. 3-on-1. Nice
Myers. Blackman gets a piece of it.
That was a nice pass by Pippen. He looked back, saw.
He's out of Arkansas Little Rock. Ewing, prayer is answered. We saw it in game 2. He does it again tonight.
Patrick, I think, thought he was getting fouled.
Pippen found the basket,
and Anthony knew that Pippen was on the other wing.
Bill Jackson said, we get to our home court, we're going to bring this thing back to New York. The crowd is into it. The biggest Bull lead. Ewing from that left side with the high archer. 18.
You cannot play that any better than Billy Cartwright. Billy Cartwright, as a matter of fact, caught him right in the open hand. He was right on top of that shot.
Patrick has hit his last 6 shots of the ball game.
Well, he's come to life in games 2 and 3 from a shooting standpoint.
They extend the offense of the Bulls. Shot clock at 1. Pippen, it goes.
Defensive team. Grant for the second time makes the second team. Pippen 3 years in a row, the first team. Oakley the first time. And now Pat Riley has really been campaigning for that one for him. He calls him, for the last couple of years, the best defensive power forward in the game.
Well, Pippen 8 of 14. There's Oakley. Makes the all-star team. He's doing an awful lot back in his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. Trying to give back to the community. He has made rebounding an art.
Well, the big thing with Charles is the fact that he is the designator picker-up of any player coming down the lane on any screen and roll. He's also on the floor for loose balls. He really extends himself from a professional standpoint every night, and that's what Pat Riley loves about his play.
He is the definition of blue-collar worker. Said he gets it from his grandfather who worked the fields in York, Alabama. Pippen.
Oh, boy.
9 of 15 for... Shot clock at 3. Longley.
Oh, boy. Luke just gets in the game, knocks it down. But all of their set. 4 on 2. Choices
to Williams, and he is hit hard by Corey Gaines, and they cost him. Corey Gaines is gone.
Oh, what a bad break for the Knicks. What a bad break. Now, that is a hard foul.
That's a flagrant 1 they're calling on Gaines.
And not unsportsmanlike, but the blow to the head and the signal was definitely, at that time, and he was
6 on the shot clock, spins, draws the foul. 6 on the shot clock, Ewing, he's going to take it. Carries the 3.
I tell you, I'm so happy for this young man. He has played terrific. Great game tonight, as well as in games 1 and 2, but totally unappreciated. Now they get a foul on that shot. Williams was grabbed and tossed. Cartwright, Grant.
Starks picks up the loose rock. He's got Ewing on the right side. Mason will post up on Williams. Final 37 seconds of the third. Nice move, Mason. That's a 2. It goes. Charles Smith.
Good ball movement.
Into his second personal foul. Herb Williams also in for the Knicks.
Tony Kukoc has given Anthony Mason.
Mason's running. Gaines doesn't get it. The tip by John Starks.
How about that?
But tonight, only him taking 1 shot.
Right now, the refs have been consistent. Any
Gaines, and he has the basketball.
Main thing for the Chicago guards, no 3-point shots.
Working around to Starks, has to give it up inside. Mason is fouled. Oh, and it goes.
See, they have life now. See, they're smelling it. They've had the confidence because of games 1 and 2.
Point game, Mason. Ewing over Longley. Count it.
Good timeout. Bill Jackson up. He can see it because this is exactly what happened in game 1. We have a New York 11-0 run. Still trapped that. But see, Cartwright was open. They went away from him.
Grant over Smith. It goes.
Because they knew that Horace Grant would make that jump up.
It's a piece of cake. 16 for Grant, pushes the lead back to 11. Cartwright in the game.
Nice pass.
Nice look inside. Myers rolls it home.
That time, Billy took his time, and Pippen cut from the other side of the floor and pinned his man.
Brown chanting defense. The lead is 12. 5 minutes left to be played. Ewing inside. It goes.
See, I'm just baffled at how many times John Starks has been open on a simple screen down, and they continue to follow. You follow, he's open. The center must help, then Ewing is open on the roll.
24 for Ewing. Shot clock inside of 10. Pippen lets it fly. That's a 2, and he rattles it home.
Scotty has just come up big tonight. Happy for him because he's had a sensational year.
He has 25. Whistle, John Starks, B.J. Armstrong trying to hold.
Made 4 of their last 5 shots.
Starks, 3, my goodness.
Is he a bandit or what? You talk about a guy with courage. This guy will launch him.
And no conscience. Starks 9 points in the 4th.
You must pay attention to the 3-point shooting of the Knicks.
8-point Chicago lead. Myers sees Cartwright open. Doesn't get it. Oakley left alone from 19, and he buries the shot.
Now you're looking at this with 3:20 to go. Chicago, 3 full timeouts. 1:20. New York, 2 full timeouts.
6-point lead, the closest the Knicks have gotten since early in the first. Mason on Pippen. Mason has worn him down the first 2. Pippen doesn't get it. Tipped out by Grant. Knicks,
so you're shooting the penalty.
Shot clock at 8. Armstrong from 19. B.J. Armstrong with the biggest shot of the ball game.
He's played real big in games 2 and tonight, game 3.
17 for Armstrong. Ewing. The baseline jumper by Patrick Ewing. 26 for
2-man game. Hubert Davis and Ewing.
Ewing inside. Count the basket for Patrick Ewing. The lead is down to 4.
Well, Patrick caught Billy on the top side. Drop-stepped him. Just took it easy. Cartwright was afraid to foul him in that situation.
30 points for Ewing outside. Shot clock inside of 10. Mason on Pippen. Shot clock at 3. Pippen, the ball fake. The shot won't go. Cartwright the rebound. And the Knicks take it away. No whistle. Will go the other way with it with 39 left.
Cartwright got away with a push that time. That's how he received that rebound.
Ewing's hit a 3 in game 2. He's going to take it inside. Count it. It's a 2-point ball game.
Plus, the Knicks are going to get this ball back with time. You cannot run the clock. There are 5 seconds difference here now. Now this is critical. He wants a timeout.
With 13 on the shot clock, 17.
The Knicks double team Pippen. All right, they're going 1-4 right now, looking for the spot up off the dribble. The clock is at 6.
Pippen with 3 on the shot clock. He's not going to get a good shot off. 2-1. No, they're going to call a violation. That is a shot clock violation. The Knicks with 1 timeout left have a chance to tie the basketball game and win it with a 3.
Critical here. They have a long time. All right, now there is your delay of game. Now remember, the Knicks have no timeouts remaining. None. So this is critical. You know that they want to try to get Ewing in this play. And Starks.
There's Ewing. Ewing for the tie. He's got it with 1.8 left. A sensational play. And they call a timeout right as they brought the ball in.
Can you believe what just happened?
I cannot believe.
Inbound that ball to Scottie Pippen with 1.8 seconds to go rather than call a timeout when you had 3 timeouts remaining. Unbelievable. Now keep an eye on it. Ewing is coming and you know they're going to Ewing. This is his 34th point of the game. He is now 14 for 19 from the field, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks.
Myers triggers the inbounds pass. Kukoc for the win. It goes! Oh, brother!
Now how about 6'11", fading and draining this shot? Now keep an eye right in the middle. He pushes Mason off, makes the catch, and throws the fadeaway.
At center, 7 foot from Georgetown, Patrick Ewing. And one guy from Oklahoma State, 6'5", John Starks. And the other guard, 6'2", from UNLV, Greg Anthony. The New York Knicks are coached by Pat Riley, assisted by Dick Harder, Jeff Van Gundy. The trainer, Mike Saunders.
On the opening tip, and Bennett Salvatore came over. And now Patrick Ewing wants John Starks on the other side of Scottie Pippen. And we finally get underway. Starks controlling. Off the spin. Gives the Knicks a 2-0 at the good position. Here's Smith. Well, Charles Smith giving the Knicks a 4-0 lead.
Riley was very upset with Greg Anthony on not taking that shot. However, he didn't say anything to him. He wants to keep his confidence as high a level as possible.
Any thought of suspending Scottie Pippen? As Anthony unleashes and hits a three-pointer with 1 on the 24. And the Knicks now lead by the count of 10-0. Rebound. Pippen off the fake. It counts. And the foul. Oakley gives it right back. Ewing. Patrick Ewing, who has the outstanding touch, extends to a 14-3 lead.
Kind of a forced shot there with 10 seconds on the shot clock. So things going the Knicks' way. They get the last second shot, a three-pointer by Greg Anthony. So they're on a roll.
Pippen for 3. Yes. Got it. Pippen.
Start. However, the Bulls catch fire. Pippen with the jam. The Bulls up by a dozen at the half. Third quarter, Chicago keeps the pressure up. Scottie Pippen with the no-look feed to a streaking Horace Grant, who uses the left to dunk. Bulls up 18 for Grant. Later in the third, Pippen says, I'll take a 3 and I'll hit it. He had 25. Chicago's up 14 after 3. Fourth quarter, will the Bulls collapse? Well, not hardly. Pippen answers with the jumper right there. Pat Riley, that look pretty much summed it all up. It's the 8th straight playoff loss
on the game. After the game, Pippen and Grant slipped out of the locker room early, but others were talking.
No, they've been playing hard all series. We're just not playing well, and they're playing good. They're world champions. They got a lot to defend, so they're not going to come out and play and give us a game. We got to, go on and take it.
I thought that, this series would probably be over with by now, but, it's not. So that's the fun of the playoffs.
Miller Genuine Draft presents Genuine Moments.
Bulls have a 5-point lead. Here's Jordan. Yes, and it counts. Fouled by John Starks. Here's Anthony. Ewing from three-point range and hits. Trent Tucker on the drive, rejected by John Starks. The Knicks with a 5-0 run. Shot clock at 7. Ewing again from deep. Yes, and it counts. Jackson takes a timeout.
Chicago-New York series. A year ago, tied at 2 in the Eastern Final. This was the key. The Bulls winning at the Garden by 3 and then closing it out at home. Can Scottie Pippen orchestrate a repeat performance? Or will Patrick Ewing and the Knicks remain unbeaten at home in the postseason?
Between the guards that we have, I feel very strong that they can get the job done on Wednesday.
We have to win Game 5 without Derek Harper. We have the talent and the depth to do that.
Come down
down to a best-of-3 series. Who will get the upper hand tonight at Madison Square Garden in New York? Quiet moments in the locker room. Hugh Hollins, Daryl Garrettson are officials. Crawford tosses it up. Knicks have possession. Greg Anthony getting a start. He has been abused in the paper for his performance on Sunday, but Pat Riley said, listen, you stick with the guy going up, you stick with him coming down.
Ewing. The emphasis in New York is Ewing needs more than 14 or 15 shots a game. They must get him back to the regular season and also the New Jersey series where he gets 20 attempts.
Standing behind Cartwright, Ewing able to take advantage. Starks to Ewing. Count the basket, we have a whistle.
Now the transition game.
Cartwright behind Ewing.
Kind of surprised, no cutters.
Ewing, the spin move toward the baseline, something we haven't seen a lot of in this series.
Well, in the early going, no double teaming. They are not leaving the small forward because Smith and Mason hurt Pippen anytime that he would double team from that position.
New York forcing Chicago to extend their offense. Pippen, the one-handed push shot. Beautiful shot by Pippen, his first.
That was extremely difficult, a tough angle, and he held it, cradled it with one hand. Now, this is what Anthony must break. He must be able to handle a double team.
The Knicks make him pay for it, Hughie.
Well, what they're doing is whoever's man takes the ball out of bounds after a Chicago score, that is the man who will trap Anthony at half court.
Cartwright, a lot of time on the shot clock, 12 to shoot. Ewing comes over to pick up Pippen, the air ball right into the hands of Oakley. Ewing running the floor. He has Myers. Takes it inside, no problem. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks have not missed a shot.
Well, they're off to a great start. This is what Pat Riley was hoping. The Knicks 5 for 5 from the field.
Right in front of us. Armstrong almost lost the handle. When they throw it away, we'll go the other way.
This building has been in a roar for the last half hour.
Myers. Smith. Good.
You're a Chicago fan. That was quite unfortunate. A terrific steal by BJ, and then they lose the ball.
The crowd is electric. For the reason they haven't been getting any in the last two games. Bulls throw it away again. The careless pass by B.J. Armstrong. Pippen, the strong move. Myers right there to clean it up.
Right now, you must penalize the Knicks because Patrick Ewing is leaving the center, and then someone is picking up the center. That extra guy must get to the offensive glass.
Smith from the corner. That is a welcome sight for Pat Riley. His fourth point of the ballgame. Pippen to Myers. He'll launch one from the outside, and Pete Myers drains his second in a row. He has four. Anthony wisely pulls it out. Ewing!
Right now, Patrick's on fire. Cartwright cannot handle him, and you would think that pretty soon the double team is going to come. Scottie Pippen, once again, launching the three. Now, in this series, he's done an outstanding job. He is now 8 for 21.
Going to be an offensive foul called on the Knicks. It'll be by the time B.J. Armstrong really got things going, and it turns into a one-man game with Pippen. Oh, big-time rejection, Patrick Ewing. They can't make the save. Bulls have it. Only 3 on the shot clock.
Everyone was criticizing.
4.5 left in the first. Pippen launches his second three, and he drains his second three.
You must pick him up. Time they double team him.
Pulls up from 15. B.J. Armstrong, his second shot, he makes good.
You like to see that because B.J. is really on a roll in this series. He's been taking it off the dribble, getting into the lane. So you must find him some shot attempts.
Now it is a 1-point game, nearing the 2-minute mark of the first.
Grant just put Mason behind the stanchion.
Hubert Davis, who also checked into the lineup. We talked about the two-guard Woj shooting. He drills his first.
I tell you, they are manhandling the screeners down on the baseline. At both ends.
Oakley on Graham. Quick hands. Armstrong again from the same spot.
Nice assist, Horace. Nah, come on now. All right, he had the shot blocked. Fortunately, the ball goes right to B.J. Armstrong, who was wide open coming off that screen.
Good pass, Coach. Mason on Grant. He dribbles it off his foot. Here comes Pippen on the break.
Nice.
1 on 4.
Nice.
Stutter move in the jam on Oakley.
You know, he said, I got the Oak man. I'm going to give him a little razzle-dazzle. First of all, a hesitation. Make the defender square off, and then take the crossover dribble and go strong.
First lead of the game. Anthony with the reverse. The first wild shot for Greg tonight.
Up in the corner.
Spotting up. Pulls the trigger. Buries the 2.
Now you knew it, because as soon as as soon as Anthony went down that lane, BJ took off for that distant corner. Now the pressure is on the Knicks. Armstrong and Kerr will occupy the corners in transition.
Ewing from 18, nothing but the bottom of the net. He has 13 in the ballgame, 14 in the ballgame.
That's why early we said, you know, the Knicks make big runs, but they always allow you back in the game. Chicago kept to their knitting, stayed within, good high percentage shots.
And Williams will come to the line. Grant get away. Kerr looking for the shot. He gets a good look. Steve Kerr drains it.
He's the young man that had to get it together. He's 5 for 17 coming into this game and only 1 for 7 in threes. He feels that he's getting a good look, and it's nice to see him hit that first one.
Davis on Kerr, 10 on the shot clock. Inside, good pass to Oakley.
Beautiful pass that time. Beautiful.
Oakley with 4. The Bulls still lead by 1. Final 10. Jackson wanting Armstrong in the corner. Pippen going one-on-one with Mason. Great ball fake. Scotty
95 on the line.
Mason fronts Oakley, and they need to step up here tonight.
Well, they've struggled in this building.
Davis with the left hand.
They were outscored by 21 points in games 1 and 2. But once they got back to Chicago, they did an excellent job.
Bench players usually do a better job at home than they do on the road. Longley on Williams. Williams with the block. Offensive foul will go the other way. Shot clock at 7. Grant underneath with the reverse.
That is Longley's strength. Not only the 7'2", 260.
Kerr can't beat Gaines off the dribble. Pulls the trigger short. To Smith. Nice pass by Gaines to Smith for the 2.
Strong move that time by Charles Smith. He realized he had a guard back Steve Kerr, and he's giving you at least 6 inches, so you know you're going up over the top.
Grant on Smith. Longley. That'll be a traveling call.
Now, not only did they have the travel, they're not even on the front of the rim off. They are off to the right side.
Riley says he's beaten them off the dribble 80% of the time, and he did it right there.
That time, Anthony Mason was looking for help. He definitely channeled him to go to the baseline. Unfortunately, no one rotated to pick up the dribbler.
Starks tried to get it to Ewing. Cartwright just tossed him out of the way, and Oakley. Williams, Pippen, Cartwright, Kukoc, and Armstrong for the Bulls. Oakley didn't like him. Gaines. Starks says, don't give it to me. Now you can. The 3. Inside. No! Great look by Starks to Smith.
The reason that opened up, Scott Williams fell down on the floor when that pass was made out to Starks. His man opened up, and I give Starks a lot of credit.
I thought he was going to pull the trigger.
Right, go for the high percentage shot.
5 assists for John Starks already in the ball game. The lead is down to 2. Kukoc, the one-handed left-handed shot.
Tony playing with a lot of confidence. He feels he can go by any of the players, and he just shot that one right up over the top of Mason's double team.
Bill Jackson says he's a money player. Smith, nice ball fake, Charles Smith.
Well, they named him way back in the old days at the 5-star basketball camp, Howie Garfinkel, Mr. Fluid, and you can see it down inside.
Exactly
he
right.
has many moves.
Now Cartwright being guarded by Smith. Williams crosses over to the far side. Here comes Pippen. Ewing puts a forearm on him to hold him up, just enough to maybe disrupt things. Good Armstrong for 3, buries it.
Excellent choice. Cartwright took his time and looked to the corner. And we keep him too long, see?
Shot clock at 3. Ewing's going to be called for the grab.
If you're going to call it on Cartwright at one end, then you must call it at this end. Patrick once again gets caught.
Alley-oop to Scottie Pippen.
That was beautiful. Just beautiful. Pippen going without the ball from the opposite side of the floor.
Going around an awful lot. Mason with the pump fake, the basket, and the foul. Take that, Oakley.
Defense down by beating their man off the dribble.
Anthony off the glass for two.
Well, that's what this young man needs. He needs some field goals. Not follow through on that shot. He pulled the string.
Smith, great position down low.
If he'll just run to that spot, they'll find him all night.
14 for Smith. It is a 1-point Chicago advantage. The effort for New York starts on defense.
Green and roll, they'll track.
New York on an 8-0 run. Pippen not beat off the dribble that time. Smith, Pippen beats him off the dribble. The Cartwright knocks over Ewing. That'll be an offensive foul on Bill Cartwright.
That's strong.
He has to give it up to Grant over the outstretched hands of Charles Oakley.
Like that. See, anytime that Ewing picks him up, he just takes Ewing, and that's the second big basket. Anytime that he comes off of a pick and roll, this is very good strategy by Pat Riley right now.
Rebound Oakley.
Excellent defense that time by Charles Smith.
Anthony to the hole. His 6 to shoot. Armstrong, the baseline. Oh, over the outstretched hands of Patrick Ewing to wrap this series up. Armstrong again.
Uncanny. You know, it's something which he really did not do a lot of throughout his career.
He can't get it to go. Oakley, the offensive rebound and the putback.
It tells you throughout this series he's averaging 5.5 offensive
line, so he kicks it out. Starks for 3. There it is, Hubie. We talked about it.
He's something else. He's now 7 for 22 in threes in this series.
His ticket in the NBA was defense. But now that he's in there, it's turned into shooting. Tied at 54.
Running out of time here.
2 to shoot. Grant throws up the prayer, doesn't get it. Myers with the offensive rebound. Pippen wants it back.
Nice.
Grant from 18.
Nice. See, that's heads-up play. Myers was trapped, made the pass to Cartwright. The old story, when they rotate, make them pay, make the second pass out of the trap.
Starks trying to get it down low to Ewing. Ewing's going to set the pick. 7 to shoot. Anthony for 3. Nailed it.
See, this is the part of his game which contradicts everything else. He's now 6 for 15. He's shooting about 38% in threes in this series.
First Knick lead since it was 22-21. Crowd chanting defense. The Knicks, the #1 defense in the NBA during the regular season. Pippen left alone, takes Oakley off the dribble with Ewing going down. No, they call it an offensive foul.
Once again, Ewing picks up the offensive foul. Patrick in a one-on-one situation. Oh, nice move.
Starks to reverse. What a shot, John Starks! Unbelievable.
Were you the guy that was questioning Starks?
I never question anybody from Oklahoma. It's a rule.
I mean, you know yourself. I mean, he just plays in peaks and valleys, and he never lets it upset him. Now, just watch this strong move. Longley's down here, but he's late.
You're talking Luke Longley, every bit of 7'2".
See, Starks never laid that ball up on the left side.
It's 3 by New York. Starks kicks it out to Ewing. Good save, Smith. 5 to shoot. Pulls it from 10. Got the roll.
Well, they were really lucky on that. Ewing made a great save of that pass by Starks.
Pippen in strong, knocks Oakley down. It's going to be a blocking foul on Charles Oakley. He was about a half a step. Myers has it tipped away by Starks right into the hands of Grant, who buries the jumper.
By the way, I have not been right yet on a charge block tonight. Okay? I am now 0 for 3.
I wasn't going to mention it. We still have a couple games together.
No, we're owning up here.
Knicks still lead by 3. Anthony shaking and making inside. Oakley with his 4th point of the quarter.
Both teams overcompensating for any dribbler. And you know that the kick out is open.
Scottie Pippen comes right back and drills his third three of the ball game. 19 for Pippen. The lead is down to 2 for the Knicks. Ewing wants the ball. Longley on him.
Well, you must trap Patrick. You cannot let him get into that one-on-one situation.
Anthony, the running jumper. Greg Anthony taking the challenge put forth and taking advantage of it.
He could grow up immeasurably for you right now. This is a ton of pressure on him this evening, and I'm happy for him that he's making some.
Oakley on Grant. Oakley tips it away. Here comes Mason. All the way to the hole. The finger roll.
Well, he can dribble. No doubt about that. He's a big man. At 6'8", 250 pounds. But they allow him to dribble and handle the middle of the break. Now keep an eye. He's straddling here. Now once he blew by Pippen, they had a 3-on-2.
But more important, nobody blocks his shot. Nobody puts a body on him. Starks continuing to light it up. Keeps the perfection going in the second half.
He'll keep going right now at Steve Kerr. He'll test Kerr's defensive ability. And let's see what happens.
New York is hit 9 of the last 11. B.J. Armstrong has hit 2 of his last 2. 17 for Armstrong in the ballgame.
Penalty.
Mason pulls the trigger.
In the first half, he did not score from the field. He had some foul shot attempts, but they're getting maximum mileage out of Mason and Smith at the small forward position.
Williams and Kukoc will check in. The lead is 4 with 1:41 left in the third. Bulls on top. Pippen stops. Pulls the trigger. That bank is open.
I tell you,
he's open in 12 minutes. Oakley from 19. They're getting production.
Everything.
Great ball fake, Grant, and he makes him pay again.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Anytime that you make your catch, you should be in position to catch.
He's coming back out now. Outside, Charles Oakley again. The big guy's moving outside here. Nice job lobbing it inside to Williams. Whistle, he walked with it, will go the other way. Oakley wants the basketball. The pick. Williams comes over to help. Scott Williams underneath, rejected by Herb Williams, his second block of the game.
Herb Williams, when he was at Indiana, he could...
No double yet. Kukoc comes over to help. Ewing with the fall away from behind the board.
Find the free guy when you make that pass.
Williams a triple fake. Ewing still blocks the shot.
Well, that was weak. See, that was a weak move. He made himself small, Ron. You know, Scott Williams is 6'10". He's got to go up strong with that with 2 hands.
Scott's a big guy, too, at 230 pounds. Mason waits for the double team by Kerr. They give it right back to him. Shaken and bakeable. 4 to shoot. Knicks retain possession. Ewing to step inside. He hung just long enough to drop it.
All he needed was a pit stop. He just had to get to the locker room, that's all. Since he's come back, he's 2 for 2. We have a new man out there. Patrick is energized.
Outside, Kukoc for 3. Tony Kukoc, his first 3 of the game.
He's now...
Right into the hands. Kerr started to cut, and then he pulled back. Anthony, the big step.
Nice.
What a look by Greg Anthony. That was a perfect pass.
That look was by default. Because Luke Corley was going to send that one someplace. But a great pass. And then Ewing followed the play.
Ewing was 6 in the 4th after going scoreless in the 2nd and 3rd.
Pippen wants the back starts down. Nice fake.
Doesn't get the shot. The 4th quarter woes continue for Scottie Pippen. Ewing has had the last 6 points for New York. They got to call the foul on Pippen on Kukoc. Grant lets it fly over Ewing. Nothing but net. Horace Grant, great series.
Now that only happened because
wanting to clear out. There it is. He's 0 for 2 in the quarter. Ewing with the rebound.
He's got to get to that side of the floor. See how Scottie Pippen's playing him? He will not allow him to go to that corner. See, so that just took them out of the 2-man game action.
Here comes Starks wheeling around, left open off the screen, and he buries it.
Now, B.J. Armstrong is hurting. He just got popped on that down screen by Greg Anthony.
Starks on Pippen. Anthony will pick up Armstrong.
They're posting Pippen down inside. Starks is fronting him, forcing the ball reversal.
Inside of 2 minutes of the ball game. Mason cuts off Kukoc. 2 to shoot. Pippen. They're not going to get it off. A 24-second violation. The forte of New York.
The guy who made that possible. A good job by Starks fronting. A good job by jamming the passer. But then Patrick Ewing coming on that double team to force Pippen to pass the ball.
Rebound Pippen. He comes out of the pass. Oh, we're calling a blocking foul on Greg Anthony.
Oh, tough call. Oh, wow, tough call. He definitely surprises Pippen by getting it. Keep an eye on this. See, he's right there. That ball hit off of his foot. Now keep an eye there. See, he's right there. He's moving. He's moving. High, but unfortunately for Anthony, the ball hit his foot and could have been a loose ball.
Scottie Pippen's first points in the fourth quarter. First points in 4.5 minutes.
Chicago, 3 full timeouts. New York, 2.
The lead is down to 1 with 1:29 left to be. 5 to shoot.
2-man game. He's inside of him.
Armstrong. What a basket, B.J. Armstrong.
Big time. Big time. Getting into what you want.
First lead for the Bulls in the quarter. Cartwright, that'll be his 5th personal foul. Ewing 6 points, 7 rebounds in the fourth quarter. He is only 2 of 6 from the line tonight. He may be praying over on the far side.
Well, he's 23 for 31 in the series. Plenty of time. The main thing here is that Chicago does not allow New York a second shot.
Ewing misses them both. So the Bulls have the opportunity to go up by 3, possibly 4. With the Knicks getting the last shot.
What you do not want to do now is commit a silly foul. The main thing for the Knicks right now, force them to shoot, get the rebound, and hold them to 1 shot.
Pippen, 4 to shoot. Armstrong for 3, back in the iron. Mason the rebound, a timeout with 7.6 left.
It could not have run out any better for the Knicks. And they rolled Anthony right over to the left-hand corner. And here comes Starks up the middle. Screen and roll with Ewing and Starks.
Starks has to kick it back out. Davis for the win. He's fouled on the play.
Fouled on the play.
Scottie Pippen fouled him with 2.1 left. He cannot believe it.
Wow.
And he has to just walk away from referee Hugh Hollins.
Wow, Phil Jackson very upset on that one. First of all, you've got to admire the play. The play was outstanding. There was so much movement in that. And then the down screen to free Starks. Jackson did not think. Davis, an outstanding free throw shooter.
He's 8 of 10 in this series. We are tied.
Now remember, right there. Hold it right there. You can see the foul is right here. It's after the shot, okay? But he definitely fouls him. So there's 2.1 seconds. On the line, you have Hubert Davis, who was an 84% shooter during the year, 80 in this series. Now remember, the key fact is that Chicago still has 1 full timeout remaining. Now, if you're Chicago, if he should miss, you have got to get up, rebound, and call timeout.
Hubert Davis has been struggling. Pat Riley says this young man has emotional stability. What he needs now is a free throw. Here he comes, the second-year pro out of North Carolina. Celebrated his birthday yesterday.
Now, you can see the Knicks have been on the line all night long.
Chicago, the Knicks lead.
2.8 seconds. We've been in so many, 2.1 seconds. We have been in so many of these in an NBA game. The game never ends. The major thing right now, we have Pippen, Grant, Kukoc, and Armstrong. Like we told you, the big thing is to switch out. Do not allow a guy to go to the front of the rim.
Pippen is in the ballgame. Myers is going to have to call the final timeout for the Bulls. No timeouts for Chicago, but is still in the game. Here's the lob inside, knocked out. Starks comes down with it, the Knicks win it. The curse of Game 5 is over for the New York Knicks. Coming in, Chicago had won 5 of 6 Game 5s. Not tonight. The Knicks win it, the final 87-86. They take the series lead as we head to Chicago for Game 6. Tonight's Budweiser player of the game is, drumroll please, Hubert Davis. The big free throws gets him the honor. 6 points, 2 of 2 from the floor, 2 game-winning free throws. Budweiser will donate $1,000 on his behalf. Game in the historic arena. The demo crew in the form of the Knicks standing by to try to take down the Bulls in what could be Chicago's last game of the year.
Reaching 11 in this series versus the Bulls. Versus the Knicks.
Greg Anthony coming off that game, which he had only 1 turnover in Game 5, had an exceptional game. Patrick Ewing exactly where he started in Game 5.
Now you saw Scottie Pippen come down on the double team, but the distance was too far. It was from to the top of the circle.
Phil Jackson says the key to the game is tempo. They want to control it.
They have Cartwright way out high to take Ewing away from the basket.
B.J. Armstrong having a spectacular series with the ball. 3 to shoot. Grant launches from 18.
He's had a great series in regards to scoring points. He's right there at 17, and he's shooting 61%. But they need Horace to really get in the trenches tonight and get on the offensive rebounding.
Inside, Starks with the 2.
That time Cartwright got caught.
Guard of New York in this series. Stripped by Pippen. He's got Myers to the hole. Whistle and a foul, and Myers, I think, went into the stanchion.
Now that is a very, very hard foul. It'll be an interesting call.
Pat Riley was afraid his team would be careless tonight. Starks for 3, and he buries it. We've talked about it this series, Hubie. He'll light it up whenever he can shoot over Oakley. Oakley gets a piece of it, and it goes.
In the early going.
The Bulls are trying to add to it. Myers, off the glass.
2-man game.
Whistle and another foul. Count. Mason has to give it up. Starks, good ball fake. The double pump. Oh, shot by John Starks, and he looks at Myers and said, "You can't cover me."
Are you kidding?
He is a talented young man. Ewing from the baseline. They tried to come with the double.
That was a smart move. Patrick turned. He will come from the top. There's Pippen. See, that's a prime time move to the baseline.
Longley sees Myers as it's stripped by Starks.
Incredible. And the reason is that he's able to pick out the key people.
They just called a flagrant foul on John Starks, who wants to talk to Huey Evans about it. It was a hard foul. Myers almost went after Starks and held up.
Now this was a delayed call, okay? Here comes Myers to the hole strong, and it's a strong foul. Let's call the flagrant when
Armstrong pulling the trigger, and nothing but net for B.J. Armstrong. Shoot.
Oh, great play.
Steal again. Kukoc sees Armstrong.
Great team defense. Excellent anticipation by Pippen, and then B.J. Armstrong. With the big unit now, Pippen is on Harper.
Harper takes it right down the paint. We have a whistle and a foul in the basket. He was going to just bring it inside, but Kukoc whistled for the foul.
The difference between Anthony and Harper being played by Pippen. Oh, nice pass.
Nice touch pass to Longley. He faces the basket. Kerr shows the double. They kick it out to Harper. That's a 2, and he knocks it.
Going to break down the defense. That's a major negative because Pippen and Kukoc are out of there. You like to see that because Kerr really has been struggling from the field. He's only shooting 32%. He's now 7 for 20 from the field, 1 for 7 from threes.
Starks for 3, and he buries the 3. His second this evening. Starks already checking in with 10. Mason, there's Harper. That's a 2. He knocks it down. Harper with 7. The lead is down to 14.
Pat Riley riding Harper right now, saying, I'm going to go with him. He must have some kind of a time clock in his head, but he's also feeling that he's playing well.
Good look inside. Grant finally regained possession, puts it down for his
assists, and the steals are all there for Scott.
Kerr tried to keep up with Starks, who gives it up to Herb Williams, who knocks home his first 2 this evening.
Well, Herb Williams is definitely a threat on the boxes or on the baseline area. You must get up and honor him.
Nice job, Anthony. Defense on Armstrong. Gives it up to Kerr. Ewing keeps it alive. Here comes Anthony. He has Starks on the right. Great pass inside. Oakley with the basket, and he draws.
Come right back.
Pippen still looking for his first field goal as B.J. Armstrong hits his first 3.
That's only the 8th in this.
Kerr has a great look at it, and he connects. Kerr with 4.
Oh, nice move.
And then John Starks is going to be whistled for the foul as Scottie Pippen goes down strong. Absolutely well on the road. And right now, New York got playing. Kerr for 3. Finally buries one. Steve Kerr buries his second 3 of this series.
Well, he's happy. You can see that. He was shaking his head because he's had so many good looks at the rim.
He told me before the game, he goes, I don't feel like I'm in a slump because I'm getting good looks. My shot feels good. Starks from 3, and he answers the bell with his 3rd of the evening.
See, you must stay home with Starks. He's looking for the shot. In the series, he's averaging 5 3-point attempts per game.
Scott Williams misses the layup, and the Boobers come out. They're not too sure about his comments in the paper. The Oak Man, Charles.
That can happen. Oh, yes.
And Starks runs over Kerr. He cannot believe it.
Now, Pat Riley really upset. He thought it was. He's on UB Evans. UB Evans pointed at the other end. Hey, Pat, get off of me. Jackie called that at the other end. Spike Lee down in here trying.
Yeah, Davis wheeling around.
Davis just came off of 2 screens.
3 to shoot. Anthony pulls the trigger from 3, and he buries it, and there's a whistle.
And foul. Wow. See, that's bad decisions. There was no lost his balance. Nice.
To Myers, who's fouled hard by Oakley.
Once again, Pete Myers.
NBA for steals. Pippen. Armstrong counted.
Once again,
Off a little short on the hoop. Oakley tried to save it. Myers to Grant. The left-handed jam of the whistle.
BJ must spend some energy now on Harper. You've got to pay attention to Harper.
Starks inside. The Oak Man with the easy touch.
Oh, backcourt steal by Starks.
And he looks and he throws it away. Oakley for a second, and the veteran Bill Cartwright stepped right in between.
You know, on occasion, the Knicks guards really make you stop. You know, and you shake your head and you say, how could he have done that? You just can't believe that he passed the ball right to Cartwright.
I've seen that a couple times in this series. The 19-footer for Horace Grant, his 6th point of the quarter.
Coming into this game, Horace was shooting 61% in this series.
Smith hesitates, then pulls the trigger and drops it. His first field goal of the ballgame. First, no. Rebound belongs to the Knicks. Oakley wanted the foul. Davis tries to take him off the dribble. Inside to Oakley, rejected by Horace Grant, who leads the team in blocks in the playoffs. Great passing. Oh, baby! Holy cow!
Now right there, a lot was said, and Scottie Pippen just went over to tell Spike Lee a few things also. Because as Pippen dunked, this was minutes and missed them all. And I'm kind of surprised because he has been off balance on every one of his shots. B.J. Armstrong.
16-point lead. Ewing the fall away. He's got it.
See, that's that patented move, whereas he spins in, he lifts his right leg, and you cannot get to him, because if you go over him, that leg just stops you as it catches you right around your belt.
His first field goal in the second half. Longley cuts, Paxson to Myers. 7 to shoot. Starks on Myers. 3 to shoot. Myers has to give it up. They will not get the shot off. It'll be a 24-second violation. Knicks have the ball.
Well, right now, from now to the end of this game, you better step up and be a man, because it looks like we are not going to see many calls. And so when you get into traffic, you A, better protect the basketball, B, take it strong to the hole, and then retreat defensively if you miss, because the call is not going to happen.
B.J. Armstrong gets a rest. Kerr comes back in. Ewing inside. Again, a lot of contact. Did a nice job in Game 5. Starks tips it away. Can't make the save, and he goes right into us.
Jeez.
The ball's still alive. To Grant. Starks. Ewing, a foul on the play because the Knicks. They can cut this to single digits. It has been a while since they've had that opportunity against Chicago. Ewing on Longley, Kukoc looking at the double. There it is. Harper, the ball fake to Ewing with 3 to shoot. The archer, it finds the net. Here come the Knicks again.
Now, Scottie Pippen on the point, on the baseline. They catch B.J. Armstrong. There was a switch.
John Starks picks up his 5th personal foul, and Charles Oakley pushes him away from getting in the
ball to catch that one.
That was Mr. Negro throwing that.
All night he had to do was throw that bounce pass.
Ewing hits his first of the 4th.
Nice pass.
Starks for 3. Buries it. His 4th of the ball game.
Once again, the penetration of Harper. That's why he tried to stay away from the threes.
Ewing with the basket in Chicago.
Your 2-man game.
A lot of body contact. Armstrong, another tremendous ball fake to get Davis up in the basketball court. Cartwright inside, and he is going to be hammered by Rolando Blackman before he took the shot. The Chicago Bulls. Armstrong with his 6th of the quarter. He sits down as Herb Williams comes in, and Rolando Blackman knocks home the jumper.
The center position for the Bulls.
Ewing going to get a rest. A foul of 2.5, but 3 won't go. Tip, Cartwright. The East Final set to get underway Tuesday, which we will bring you here on TNT. Blackman drains the 3, only his 3rd field goal of the playoffs.
It's saying it'll remain.
93-79 is our final. The best of 7 tied up in 3 games.
Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. I'm still standing.
This rivalry that began 3 years ago culminates today. For 14 days, 3 simple words have defined this series. But hidden beneath the text lies the message. Only the strongest survives. Although time has stood still for the Knicks, Pat Riley was never mistaken for being motionless. He has sculpted together a gritty group of men who know that now could be their only time.
Because the locker room, it was a little bit different atmosphere. Very quiet, very comfortable, but very confident.
Who has been held in check. It is a benchmark game. Can he rise to lead the Knicks past the Bulls? Back with the lineups in a moment.
A little bit tight as Patrick clearly had.
Out of 6. Pippen over Smith. And the Bulls with a 2-0 lead.
Nice patience on the part of the Chicago Bulls and doing what they've done so well in this series. Spreading the floor, reversing the ball, putting the Knicks defense back on their heels.
Smith from deep. Charles Smith, who was very quiet. Only 1 for 6 Friday night, 3 points, 2 rebounds. That was it. The game is tied at 2.
You see the Knicks extending their defense. Smith putting good pressure on Pippen, even all the way in the backcourt. New York does not want to wait till the fourth quarter to turn it off.
And Pippen draws the foul. Ewing trying to help. Charles with a rare post-up move and then steals and hits. The game is tied at 4. Off a solid game on Friday night and did the job off the boards. He has been hitting the outside shot, and he is fouled by Ewing. That's a quick 2 on Patrick Ewing. That was back in game 3 in the fourth quarter, but he's been held in check. Oh, Pippen with a fake goal right at Herb Williams. Pippen with the whirl. Nice setup. Good pass from Williams. It counts, and the foul. Charles Smith off to a fast start. Double team. Here's Longley taking it to the hoop. And he's called for a charging foul.
So much of the offense in here.
Oakley on a quick break. The Knicks 12. The Bulls at Myers for Grant. And the whistle. Out. Tip by Oakley. Charles Oakley with 6 points. The Knicks lead by 3. Pippen changed his mind. He was about to pop with a good play. So a third opportunity for the Bulls. Wellington, it counts, and the foul. And Williams up front. Mason guarding Pippen. Usually we see Mason against Pippen early in the game. What a play by Oakley. Off the steal, he went behind the back for Mason. He's on hand at courtside. Tom Cruise and his wife, Nicole Kidman. That's Barney Rubble. Actually, Rick Moranis, who is playing the role of Barney Rubble in Flintstones motion picture, which will be released. Woody Allen and Soon Yi. They are regulars here. Maury Povich. And to his left, actor Bill Baldwin. And John Thompson, head coach at Georgetown. Bill Murray. Now the backcourt along with B.J. Armstrong. Mason, that's beyond his normal range. Anthony Mason has tied the game at 18. 7th and deciding game of the Eastern Conference semifinal third. And Derek Harper with his first field goal has given the Knicks a 20-18 lead. Indiana waiting to face the winner. Each team, the Knicks and the Bulls, 3-0 on its home court. The steal by Oakland. Chicago has certainly indicated the Knicks with a 3-point lead, make it a 5-point lead now as Hubert Davis is able to bury the jump shot to start the second. Pass down the 3, gets inside. Bulls 23. Davis and Anthony at the guards. Oakley, Ewing up front with Mason. Pretty pass from Ewing. Oakley with 8 points. And the Knicks now lead by 3. Some light pressure. Davis able to block the vision. Kerr for Pippen. And the Bulls are within 1.
Pippen like that, you expect to run out with it, not to give up a second shot opportunity and a lay-in.
Davis left and went around him.
Well, Kukoc doesn't look particularly quick today, and he's been leveled off a couple of times by Mason. That time he got to the basket.
Now, Pippen is kicked away. And the call, last touch. Well, Ed Rush says last touch by Starks. He was at the baseline. However, Joe Crawford discussing it with Rush. And they in this first half. Armstrong penetrates. It was rejected by Smith.
Oh, Bill Cartwright just doing an excellent job on Patrick Ewing. Patrick finally got the ball that last trip, but with just 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Oakley took a bump from Pippen. Bulls continue to do a terrific job against Patrick Ewing. Here's Smith getting inside. 9 points for Charles Smith, and the Knicks are down by 1.
Well, coaches love that. When you play good defense and make a good defensive play, things generally turn out well for you at the offensive end.
A minute 25 left in the half. Cartwright putting the move on Ewing. And the call is knocked out of bounds.
Patrick is playing offensively. They soon have him on the floor.
Oakley open. The Knicks 36. The Bulls 35. Charles Oakley, five-man for the Knicks with 12. 45 seconds remaining in the half. Myers with 3 on the 24. And that will count. It's a goaltend. So Pete Myers. Patrick Ewing has not scored. John Starks with only 1 point. Here's Harper. Eric Harper has been able to penetrate against the Bulls throughout the series. Knicks by 1. And the Bulls holding for a final shot. Myers gets the screen. Grant from deep. So the Knicks get a break as it pops over to the top of the backboard. It'll be Nick Baldwin first. They'll talk it over with a 20-second timeout. 9 and 4/10 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, some great things happening for the Knicks in this first half. Important that they got off to a good start in the first quarter. Something they've been unable to do throughout this whole series. It didn't start off quite as well in the second period, but now with this crowd behind them, they have come alive here in the last 3 minutes of this second quarter.
Well, Patrick Ewing for the series averaging just under 24 a game, although he has not had a sensational series. Blanked in the first half. Played only 3 minutes in the first quarter. John Starks averaging 15 and a half per game against the Bulls in the series with only 1 point. But Starks the kind of player who can go hot and cold. He can suddenly turn it on. John Starks has made it back from the arthroscopic knee surgery he was having it out. College coach John Thompson. Words between Patrick Ewing, John Thompson. Cartwright looking for position. Pippen has to shoot the 3. Oh, what a move by Pippen on the bank. Myers and Armstrong in the backcourt. DJ Armstrong. Grant. Oh, what a play by Myers. Pete Myers, the one-time New York Knick, has hit 4 out of 4 for 8 points. He had a good game on Friday night in Chicago. He's got it again here today. And the Bulls have a 4-point lead. It's their biggest lead of the afternoon. Crowd getting impatient with Patrick Ewing. Ewing going and Cartwright. It counts and the foul. That is his first field goal. Back obviously from walking out on the Bulls in the final seconds. Patrick Ewing has tied the game at 45. Pippen with the step.
The Knicks should be trying to get to the basket every time down at their end.
As Grant gets to the basket. Led beautifully by Pete Myers. Bulls lead by 2. Ewing back out for Starks. Again the 3, and this time he hits it. For the Knicks, it is their first 3-pointer of the game. 1 for 10 from downtown, and the Knicks take a 1-point lead. Grant. Grant gets the roll, and the Bulls lead by 1. 12 points for Grant. For the most part, again, from the outside, he does not have any rebounds. Starks for 3. Well, John Starks, the type of shooter who can get going after struggling in the early portion of the game. Phil Jackson upset because Starks does not play tightly. Phil Jackson looking for more pressure against John Starks.
Well, with Luke Longley on Patrick Ewing, Patrick able to move better, drawing the double team and getting the wide open Starks. An excellent look at a 3-pointer as John Starks really starting to feel it. And the reason that Phil Jackson upset is just good execution by the Knicks. They curled Charles Smith around Ewing and then the pop out by John Starks for another good look.
Remaining. in the third quarter. See if the Bulls are able to adjust offensively. Well, that will help the adjustment. Scottie Pippen with 16 points, and he's tied the game. Hustle down. Here's Ewing.
Just great work inside by Smith, Oakley, and Ewing to get that bucket.
But Pete Myers gets it back. On the tramp, here comes Myers. Sets up Armstrong. Yes. And the Bulls lead 55 to 53. On the block, Myers doubles back. Here's Pippen. Scottie Pippen from Pete Myers and Pat has done a tremendous job once again against one of his many former teams, the New York Knicks. Myers with a strong game on Friday night in Chicago. Ewing on a fadeaway brings the Knicks. Bulls by 2. Smith getting position.
Well, in transition, Charles Smith runs the floor and tries to get to that right block as quick as possible. And that's another thing Patrick Ewing can do for you. He caught the ball up top and delivered a perfect pass inside of Charles Smith.
The game is tied at 57. Just under 4 minutes left. Third quarter. Grant setting up Myers. Will it count? Yes, it does. What a shot. Myers actually lost possession.
Myers cutting across the lane and not only mishandling the ball and slopping it towards the basket, he had to do it through the arms of Patrick Ewing. A bounce pass by Horace Grant. Ewing challenging this shot, and I don't know how he won.
To 57. We come up on 3 minutes remaining in the third. Gilbert Davis, Anthony Mason now on the floor. There's Mason.
Once again, the front line of the Knicks teaming up for another easy basket. The pass from Ewing inside, and then a little touch pass for the easy lay-in. Great ball handling.
Bulls lead by 2. Grant. Difficult off-balance shot by Horace Grant, who has 14. The Bulls 63. The Knicks. Back comes Mason. Ewing on a give and go with Oakley. And the Knicks are within 1.
Well, every time the Bulls defense turns their head, Charles Oakley is going to the basket. Patrick Ewing is finding him, and good things are happening for New York. There it is, the pass to Ewing as Wally looks away, and Horace Grant getting totally out of position on defense, and that's enables Oakley to get the easy dunk.
A timeout taken by Phil Jackson with 1:21 remaining in the third quarter. The Bulls now have a 60 on the floor guarding B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong stopped by Anthony, and it's recovered by Ewing.
Well, that's got to make Greg Anthony feel good, coming right off the bench to make a contribution defensively, as B.J. Armstrong has victimized him a number of times in this series. He stopped him cold.
Ewing got the step. Strong snap pass thrown by Oakley. The Knicks lead by 1. 40 seconds to go in the third. Shot clock at 10. Kukoc. And away from the ball, a collision between Anthony and Armstrong. Oh, Anthony and Grant. That's by Greg Anthony. B.J. Armstrong missing on his Knicks. Pull that off right throughout the series. Now the Knicks will, Anthony will say that it was unintentional. But I believe there was intent right there to bother Armstrong. And that has been the Knicks style right throughout. Knicks by 1. 15 seconds to go in the third. Here's Davis. Oakley recovers. Anthony with the shot clock running down. Hits the 3. Final seconds of the third. Knicks lead by 4. And Kukoc fires it. A late surge by the Knicks. 8-0 run. They lead after 3, 67 to 63. We'll be back after a word from your local station.
Bench first to make a good defensive play on B.J. Armstrong, and then raises up beyond the arc and his backward momentum taking him into Phil Jackson, and the unnecessary throw of the fist. Nevertheless, Greg Anthony has made his presence felt.
Yes, a little taunting of the opposition coach by Greg Anthony. The Knicks concluding the third quarter with an 8-0 run, and this crowd is in a frenzy. Scottie Pippen back on the floor. Remember, the Knicks have had great success in the fourth quarter against the Bulls. Kukoc had it knocked away, deflected by Ewing. No backcourt violation. Shot clock is down to 7. Pippen lost it. Knocked away from Pippen. And back comes Anthony. Anthony and Dave.
Trying to keep Charles Oakley off the boards, and he's working very hard at it, getting his body on it. That's how good Charles Oakley is. He continues to get second shot.
Phil Jackson upset as that ball was hammered home by Patrick Ewing. Jackson going to the bench for Bill Cartwright. He jumped up off that field goal. Longley not able to keep Ewing away. Kukoc for 3. Ewing with the rebound. The Knicks put the ball and a 4-point lead. Anthony for Oakley, and a foul is called. It's called in the act of shooting. Who has provided a spark along with Hubert Davis in the backcourt. Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing up front. Anthony doing it off the dribble.
Well, in previous games, Scottie Pippen has been able to force Greg Anthony to his right. His offhand, he did that, but Anthony made a quick spin to get to the basket.
Steve Kerr just told Tony Kukoc, settle down. Tony Kukoc with a gamble pass that went astray.
Well, this Knick defense has a way of making you do crazy things at the offensive end. Phil Jackson wants his team to match New York's frenzy defense with some frenzy of their own.
Ewing with the beautiful pass for Mason. The Knicks with the biggest lead of the game for either club. They're up by 7. 8:50 to go in the fourth. And a foul is called. Bill Cartwright and Horace Grant. Grant not able to hit. Mason with the rebound. Knicks have a 3-on-2. Oakley from Mason gives it back. The reverse by Anthony draws the foul. And right now, the Knicks are cooking. It's their best spurt of the game. They've got the crowd going wild. Ewing, though, forced up high by Cartwright. Here is Davis. 8 points for Davis. The Knicks 77. The Bulls 69.
John Starks chomping on the bit on that bench. Would love to get into this ball game, but his ball club right now leading by 8 and playing very well both ends.
An 18-6 spurt by the Knicks for this 8-point lead. Armstrong lost the dribble. Played well by Anthony. Once again, the Knicks turning it on in the fourth quarter. Although a Pippen rebound. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. In the fourth, beautiful look away by Pippen, and the foul charged to Mason. And Myers and Ewing are having words. Now, we talked about this earlier in the series. Pete Myers, a one-time official, has handled this. Pete Myers.
Ewing to the floor, and at the end of this fast break, Ewing going to give a little shove to Pete Myers to let him know he did not appreciate it. It's going to result in a double.
Most part, he has been outside.
Well, one reason he only has 2 defensive rebounds is his main job is keep Oakley off the board. He can't worry about going and getting the ball.
Oakley with the save. Mason looking for help. Shot clock at 7. Ewing hits a three-pointer off glass. The shot clock running down. Patrick Ewing turning things around in the second half. The Knicks by 10. 5:45 to go in the fourth. The Bulls off the lead, set it up to Grant. Rebound, Ewing. Armstrong looking for the three-point shot. Was well covered. Here's Myers. Here's Pete Myers with his first miss of the day. Hitting his 6 previous shots. Pippen for Myers. Rejected, but that will count. It's a goal count.
Well, Patrick Ewing set up way beyond the arc, just going to let this thing fly. There's still plenty of time on the shot clock, as you could see, 7 seconds, but I think Patrick thought it was less. He kisses it off the glass as Phil Jackson does not know what to make of that.
Oakley on the recovery. Mason. And the Knicks again, lead by 10. They outscored the Bulls 15-9 in this fourth quarter. 4:35 remaining. Cartwright around Ewing. Mason with the rebound. Mason strip. Cartwright and Mason will jump it up.
His knee on that play as well.
We'll be back in a moment. The Knicks with an 82-72 lead. Here's Steve Kerr. And the rebound is handled by Patrick Ewing.
Well, normally a 10-point lead is not insurmountable with 4 minutes to go, but with these two teams playing, it's a very, very good lead. However, the Bulls have three-point capability out on the floor with Armstrong, Kerr, and Pippen. It is too early to start just flinging threes, however.
The club hitting the three-pointer today. The Bulls only 1 for 9 from downtown. Shot clock at 2, and Starks has to fire. Rebounded by Oakley. Charles Oakley with his 19th rebound. The Knicks with an 82-74 lead on the Bulls. Phil Jackson, one of the floor. Scottie Pippen with the post-up move. And it's deflected out by Pippen.
Well, a big key in this ballgame is
Pippen with a pass for Grant. Ewing with the rebound. The Knicks with the ball and a 9-point lead. A standing ovation here at the Garden.
Bulls could be looking to foul. The Knicks have not shot good free throws, particularly in this fourth period.
Foul is called off the inbounds. The Knicks are 7 of 15 from the line in the second half. Pippen called for his third. And Starks, 2 for 4 from the line, will shoot 2. And the Knicks are hearing it from this crowd. Game 1. The Knicks lead by 8. The Bulls call for time. But he has turned it up right at the start of the series. Patrick Ewing quoted in the New York Post saying, "We'll win it all." Making, yes, a bold prediction. On the other hand, if you're asked who's going to win, you're not going to say anything else. But Patrick Ewing feeling a bit better about things in the second half. The Knicks lead 85-77. Kerr forced into a difficult shot. It's rebounded by Ewing. His 17th rebound. And again, a standing ovation for the Knicks. Anthony dishes off to Mason. 35 seconds away from the Knicks dethroning the Chicago Bulls. 10-point lead for the Knicks. Oakley with 17 points. They're standing and cheering. 5 and 27, the third seed in the Eastern Conference. They knock off the Cavaliers in the opening round of the playoffs. And then play a very tough 7-game series against the New York Knicks. But it will be the New York Knicks going up against the Indiana Pacers. In the Eastern Conference Final, the Knicks have defeated the Bulls 87-77 to take the series in 7. And you see Patrick Ewing and Scottie Pippen congratulating Pippen with what appeared to be kind words for Ewing. Let's go to Ahmad, who is alongside Patrick Ewing.
All right, Marv. Patrick, I know that your goal is to win an NBA championship, but it had to feel nice to go through the Chicago Bulls finally.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It feels very good. You know, everybody's been writing us off, you know, and I've been listening to all the people, you know, the commentators and everything. But we showed them that we're a better team. We came out when we had to and kicked butt. This is from my father. He told me that, you know, he didn't want me to want to see me home early this summer. So, Pops, this is for you and all the rest of y'all over there.
A lot of people thought you guys were going to come out tight, but you didn't.
Oh, no. You know, they kind of took a little bit out of me with the 2 fouls early. But I kept my composure, kept my head, and, you know, came back and tried to get the job done.
18 points, 17 rebounds. A fine job today, Patrick.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Y'all money, everything.
All right, back to you, Marv.
Thank you, Ahmad. The Knicks over the Bulls in 7. It is on to face Reggie Miller and the Indiana Pacers. Game 1 here at Madison Square Garden on Tuesday night. So the Knicks